Hello and welcome to the first update video that we made for Deep Freeze in quite some time. For those of you who don't know, Deep Freeze is the first game being produced by Eagle Design Media, which is a team currently consisting of just myself, Anthony, and Nick. We started this as a project originally for a competition over on 64 Digits, which the link will be below for that site. It took place during December of 2011 and like a little bit of January 2012. We ended up taking third place, long story short, and a lot of people really liked it. Although the game was really simple and it was really unfinished. It was mostly like a sort of tech demo, more or less, if that makes sense. It was really incomplete. There was a lot of stuff we wanted to add. There's a lot of stuff we kind of rushed that wasn't up to par quality-wise, and I'm actually surprised people liked it, even for some of those things, which you can still see in the demo that's available on the website for the game, which will also be in the description below. A lot of people did want to see it finish. They wanted to see where we take it, and myself and Nick also wanted to really push it out as a full game, something you could buy and play and enjoy, or download or something, whether it's free to paid. We really aren't 100% sure on what we're going to be doing with that, but we'll see. But it really motivated us to work more and more on it, and it's been up and down work here and there between our schedules with my job or school or his schoolwork or whatever, but we've been really working hard on it, and recently we've been pushing full steam, getting some stuff done so we can hammer out another demo for you guys. We have quite a ways before it's going to be done, the game itself, but I'll show you what we got so far. Anyway, for those of you who did see the last video, the version was 0.5.5K. There's been a lot of changes since then. The splash screens are kind of the same. You can click to continue or hit enter, like before. Nick's logo is completely different again. There have been a lot of changes. First and foremost, we've jumped a lot of versions. I mean, you can see right now from the screen, the version is now 0.8.9. There's a lot of changes that's been done. A lot of the changes have also been behind the scenes, technical in nature, like how things are optimized, levels. There have been a few graphical updates and other sounds here and there, but they're subtle and not really changed yet. We are working on changing those, but it's not a big to-do right now. As you can see, the title screen is a little different. Nick had polished the flickering effect I did in the update after 0.55K. Made it a little smoother and more subtle and makes it look a lot nicer. Now there's a whole menu that you can use by clicking the left button or right button to exit. You have, of course, new game options, which sort of works. You get a little bit of a dialogue that pops up that kind of popped up off the screen, but you can set the game quality 0, 1, or 2. It's a basic setting just for testing purposes. We'll be having a much nicer quality option screen with a lot more changes soon enough, because we're really going to expand on that. The help button is pretty much self-explanatory. It works the same as the F1 button. It'll give you the basic rundown of the game, how to play. We changelog all the way from 0.5.5i. Pretty much right before the game had been finished for the competition, and yeah, that's about it. We're going to definitely be improving on the help screen, make it much nicer and not as basic like you see. Anyway, without further ado, let's go to a new game. So there's really a couple changes here. The gameplay did change a little bit. It's kind of restrictive to see here, but as you can see, there are no more flashing tiles, at least not in the sense that it used to be. We'll probably be using them as help tiles, but you can now add and remove tiles anywhere on the map that you allowed. As you can see, there are some new tiles, like these corner ones in the snow. Just to go in a little bit of detail on that, for instance, the snow allows you to bounce the ball off of it normally, but you can't actually place anything on it, so that gives a bit of challenge in some later levels. Corner blocks are kind of obvious. You hit from one end, you'll get bounced in different ways depending on how you hit it. It's like a combination of the diagonal and the vertical and horizontal bounces. HUD is a little different, as you can see. The title up top, the font and everything is a little different. The buttons for the objects are a little different again. And there's now a pause button above the play button. You can actually access it by hitting escape as well. You have continue, main menu, and exit game for that. And there's a play button, of course. You can hit stop at any time. The button was revamped to make it look a little nicer, and there's really no problem graphical wise. It works fine, and it's a little smaller, so it's not really in your face and ugly like before. The background also has changed a little bit, as you can see here. We have the nice little effects for twinkling, since the vignette effect that I tried didn't work. And it's more or less it. The game over screen that's available is no different than before. We will probably be changing it. But also, there'll be a new win screen, which will be showing up shortly, because the game isn't quite what it was when we started, so there's really not much of a reason to have it talking about how you escape the ice caverns, because there's no storyline. People were bugging us at a storyline, and we did just re-tagged on a random thing for no reason, so we got rid of it. There's really no need for a storyline for this. It's a puzzle game. More of a casual game, but yeah. And that's really it. Music is going to be the same. We are adding some more. I believe I may have mentioned that. When it's in, hopefully it'll be in before the next demo's out. And that's about it. I do hope you enjoyed the little update. And I'll see you all again in the next video.